Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, and it's Wondrous Wednesday, and the 24th of March 2021. Now, I know it was a year since lockdown started. That was yesterday, and I know that yesterday was a day set aside to remember all those loved ones who had died during the pandemic, and it was reflected in the beautiful rainbow of flowers in Edinburgh, and I posted up that picture of the flowers. It was courtesy of Growforth Nursery, Reynard Nursery and the Horticultural Trades Association. That was according to the plant people, I think. Anyway, thank you very much for that wonderful display of flowers. Now, of course, it's wonderful to remember people we've lost. But I know that those who have lost loved ones will not just remember them yesterday, they will remember them every day. So for all those who are grieving, I just say, I send my heartfelt thoughts to them and hope that my videos and help them move forward as positively as they can. As I know that with creativity, you can build resilience, and of course with courage, you can endure every day in a different way, even positive and constructive way. And of course, when you're doing this, you're honouring your loved ones who are in your heart and soul forever. You may think that only successful people, of course, like world-class athletes and top leaders, are motivated and inspired, because that's what this video today is about, staying motivated and inspired. And you might think that it's only these people. And of course, it's true in one sense, because they have a deep inner desire to succeed. They have a need for independence and freedom of thought. They're committed and dedicated to everything they do, and they're willing to face challenges and turn them into opportunities, often taking risks on the way. But these individuals experience setbacks as well, and they experience creative blocks. And of course, it's at these times that they need to use techniques like my ABC, which you all know about now. And that helps them get their creative juices flowing again. And this works because, well, I know they work, I use them myself, and feedback from others tells me that they do for them. I designed them in such a way that anyone can use these techniques, and of course it's never too late to start. Other ways in which you can increase your motivation and your inspiration and your excitement for life, of course, include reading self-help and self-educational books. And of course, I recommend my own books, which you can find on my website, mindcircles.co.uk. A huge thank you to everyone who's already bought and people who are buying them. Thank you very much indeed. And of course, remember my advice for using my self-help books, and any self-help book, is have them to hand. You can, of course, read them from cover to cover, but most of us probably get these books and then we put them on the bookshelf, and I say that's okay, because what I'd like you to do is have them as a ready reckoner there when you can take them down from the shelf when you want or need them, and use stichomancy. I've talked about that before. Remember, this is the kind of randomized method of choosing a page, a paragraph or whatever. Just flick the book open, do it with any book actually, and you will find something you need to read and learn about at that moment. It never fails me. You might think that the page you find when you open it, oh, that doesn't really apply to me just now, but just take a moment to think again, and you'll find that it does. It probably reflects on something you need to learn about yourself, or realise. It'll make you realise what you need to hear at that moment. Remember, it often takes just one sentence, a few words, to kick your creative mind into gear, and this helps you to achieve what you want to do. Reading something that hits home, that presses the button in your life, that's the moment that reminds you that working towards your goals and your dreams, it's made all the hard work worthwhile. So try that sort of method of looking at things, really, with any book. I also ask my readers to use the self-help books and the self-educational books, and hopefully mine. I'd like you to buy them, of course. And I have always said, it was a friend many years ago said to me, oh, it's like having a friend on the shoulder. And that's what I would like you to use my books for. It's like having a friend on your shoulder, there when you need or want at that moment in time. The other tip for being inspired, staying inspired and motivated, is actually take time for yourself. Now, that's not being selfish. I don't mean to be a selfish person, but you need to have alone time. You might think this is sort of counterintuitive, really, because if you surround yourself by positive, constructive people, you think, well, I'll really be energized. But actually, even having positive, successful people around you all the time, it can drain your energy. So you need that alone time. You need to keep yourself inspired and motivated by having alone time. This is vital because it re-energizes yourself. And again, that's why I designed my ABC, because that can help you within a short time to really calm, relax and energize, and you'll really feel inspired and motivated. So taking time for yourself is vital, and just use my ABC. Now, money. To stay motivated and inspired, you might think, I've not to think about money because that's kind of the root of all evil. Well, I would say it's not the root of all evil. We do need money to live, but don't focus only on the monetary aspects of everything. You obviously, when you have money, it means that you have more freedom, and freedom to choose what you want to do. It's good to include, therefore it's good to include money in when you're setting any goals for life. But money does not bring happiness. Please remember that. It's just impossible. Money does not solve all your problems. It just gives you the freedom to do more things that you want to do. And of course, when you love what you do, if you're doing a job that you love, it never seems like hard work. So that's what's important. It's loving what you do. And so many of us can't do that. I mean, we find that we're in jobs we don't like. There's kind of a means to an end. Well, you know, you have choices. You do have choices. They might be difficult ones, but just think about that. Inspiration is also an emotion. So one way of being and staying motivated and inspired is through music. So think of a time where you were angry or you were hurt. Just put your favourite music on. It inspires you to let that anger go, let the hurt go, and move forward positively. If you're finding it difficult to get your creative juices flowing, then use music. Turn the music on, put your favourite music on, and before long you'll really be creative. Your creativity will return. For me, it's classical music. I love classical music. And of course, research actually has been carried out that it was research on using Mozart. Now, they had a group listening to Mozart before taking an intelligence test, and actually the results were that listening to the music, Mozart's music, before the intelligence test actually increased their score. So, I mean, all these things, you know, there's research, lots of research on the use of music. But for me, I find that listening to my favourite music, of course, just inspires and motivates me. So whatever music you love, of course, just listen to it. You'll be inspired and motivated. The other thing that inspires and motivates you is thinking about well, not just thinking about physical exercise, but actually exercising, particularly walking outside in nature. That improves your mood. It never fails to inspire. When you exercise your body, you're focusing on the actual exercises. And when you focus on your exercises, that's using the left side of the brain. It therefore enables you to let the right side of your brain take over on the emotional side. So you let your emotions and ideas out, which is using your right side of the brain. And of course, if you talk to people who run, I've done a few discussions with people who run and exercise, and they tell me that when they go for a run, It doesn't need to be the 26k, but when they go for a run or walk in nature just outside, ideas start to come to mind. So you really get completely absorbed in not just the exercise, the left side of the brain, but you then bring more creative ideas using the right side of the brain. I better say, I don't know what these things mean, waving, but we'll just wave to people there. So hopefully you do that, because that really helps you stay inspired and motivated, because we can all have low days. So just take yourself off and go for a walk or a run. I know that many of you have seen, and I think my daughter does this, is the wild swimming as well. It's not something I want to do, but that they say that that really has also effects on your health. So anything that helps you improve your overall well-being is really good for the body, the mind and the soul. Another tip to stay inspired and motivated is to be thankful. Have that gratitude list. Now, I'm hoping that many of you have got my Changing Seasons of Life book. It's your creative journal, because it's full of short stories and poems. They're particularly abstract, but I wrote them in that way to let you think about what you're reading about and just using the right side of the brain. Just think, I wonder what this story is about. And then, of course, the book itself has pages with where you can write your what you're thankful for, your gratitude list. There's also pages for doing your own mind map, your health map, so you can create that, and your health goals. So having a journal or diary is really good for that. But when you're grateful and thankful, it gives you that feeling of abundance, and this is inspiring. It also means that you're committed and dedicated to everything you do, as you want to treasure what you have. And I think so often we don't treasure something until we've lost it. So you really have to treasure what you have just now. Never be complacent. If you don't have a gratitude list, start one now and then keep adding to it. The other thing is, never lose sight of your vision. If you're losing your motivation and your inspiration, then go to your inspiration board and add to it. Now, I've advocated these boards. You've probably got them all around the house just now, but inspiration boards and achievement boards. But if you're kind of losing that, your mojo, then look at your inspiration board. Look at what's inspired you, what you want to inspire you. So you add to it, change it. You need to have the courage to be flexible, adaptable, because when you're flexible and adaptable, you're then able to face and manage changes, manage whatever life throws at you. We don't know what's round the corner. Look at your achievement board. So many people, I don't know whether it's a UK thing or it's certainly across the world. You have sometimes, I think particularly Americans, they focus on their strengths. Over here, we do seem to focus on our weaknesses and think, well, what I'm not good at, or I can't do this, can't do that. Well, stop. If you haven't got one just now, then create one. An achievement board. You need to really focus on your skills, your strengths, your abilities, and your talents. When you do that, it really pushes you to say, oh, I'm proud of what I've done. And you need to be able to do that. And of course, when you use my ABC and my Mind Circles techniques, you can create the life you want. And the next thing is for motivation and inspiration is to be committed and dedicated. Commitment and dedication to win is something that athletes do. They're inspired by knowing they want to win. That's their focus. They affirm it, and I talk about, that's my A of the ABC. Remember using your 3 Ps. Use the C. They use the C, that's using their creative imagination. They actually imagine themselves holding that trophy or holding the medal. They don't think, oh, well, I'll be doing that in 2024, They have it now. So they're committed and dedicated to winning. But what they also know is that it needs hard work and training. So they know what to do to feel that sense of achievement. So if you've got your inspiration board and your achievement board, it's fine looking at it, but you really need to put in the work. And then, of course, that's inspiring, motivating, you've got commitment and dedication. The other thing when you're feeling maybe, you've kind of lost a bit of mojo is read about or watch, read inspirational books. Choose something where you're inspired by someone else, even watching an inspirational film or a documentary, because you'll be inspired with what people, particularly those who have achieved something against all the odds. These people, some of them have achieved the impossible, and this inspires and motivates you when you feel low. The other thing is to be kind to yourself and others. Now, start with yourself, because if you're kind to yourself and love yourself, then other people will gravitate towards you because you're that wonderful, positive person. But the other thing is try to give. Give without expecting anything in return. That's the biggest gift you can give. So many people, and I've experienced it, and lots of you will have experienced it, you give something and you'll even find yourself maybe saying to somebody, look, I did that, but they've not done anything for me. Well, let that go. That's not giving. When you give without expecting anything in return, that's the biggest gift you can give, because you're impacting on other people's lives and you're seeing what you contribute to other people and to the world, and it makes such a difference to you and others, and that's really inspiring and motivating. And of course, one of the difficult things for particularly entrepreneurs or successful athletes and people who are successful and focused on being inspired and motivated by what they do, they sometimes get consumed by the hard work. And hi there as well, I'll give a wee wave there as well. They're consumed by hard work and often consumed by helping others, and they lose sight of the work-life balance. So that is something you have to consider. So remember, you've got to take care of yourself physically, mentally and emotionally, and that improves your overall well-being. And of course, I recommend you can do this. Sometimes people say to me, I can't do this, I've got so much work and I've got to do this, got to do that. And that's why I recommend my ABC. You need to do these regularly. Now, they're short, they're easy to use, but what's difficult is making them your regular, your good habit. They're psychologically effective techniques for reducing stress, reducing anxiety, and improving your overall well-being. That's even your physical, mental, emotional, and psychological well-being. So stay inspired, stay motivated, and you can do it. You deserve to kind of have the best and be the best for yourself. So for today, my ABC, it's been a slightly shorter video perhaps today, but for today, your affirmation should be, I am motivated, I am inspired, I am grateful. All these kind of positive statements. And of course, your breathing, well, that's just so wonderful, because when you do this deep breathing, you can't focus on anything else, and it just gives you time out. So your deep breathing is from the diaphragm. So if you do dancing, drama, elocution, yoga, all these things, you probably already know how to breathe deeply. So remember, it calms, it relaxes, but it also energizes you. You're bringing oxygen into your lungs, into your respiratory system. And that's kind of vital actually just now with, they say, the strains of the pandemic, the strains of the COVID going round. So keep your lungs, your respiratory system, as just expanded as much as possible. So deep breathing is just, you must do it. I mean, it's every day, every minute of every day. If you find yourself getting exasperated with yourself, frustrated with yourself, take 3 deep breaths. Now, if you're unsure of deep breathing, and I've got a video on these, but if you watch a baby or a dog or an animal, they actually naturally do deep breathing when they're lying down. Just watch them as they breathe. So, C for today. Now, I hope you noticed when I posted up this video that I did a fabulous rainbow of colours. It's in Edinburgh just now, but it was the right, too big a word for Wednesday morning. Horticultural Trades Association provided the flowers, and I think it was Crowforth and Reynard Nurseries, but it's a fabulous display, and it's in the shape of a rainbow, which has been kind of the symbol from the early stages of the pandemic. You know, that's a year ago, and recognising the effects that or the importance of frontline workers, NHS, and everybody who's been helping take care of us during this time. So I thought you can take care of yourselves by using the ABC. And today, the C, my creative imagination, I'm going to talk about the colours of the flowers and kind of the rainbow. So just like the image on the post for this video. So if we want to, again, just together we get, it's only a couple of minutes, but just sets you up for the day, for this Wondrous Wednesday. So put your feet on the ground, on the carpet. Soon we'll be able to go outside. There's the sun just now. And of course, when you meditate and do any of these things outside, it's absolutely fabulous because you can take your shoes off, feel your feet on the grass, feel your feet on the sand if you're at the beach, and just fill your body and mind with the energy from nature, really. So we're in the house just now, so it's feet on the ground, backs against the chair, not stiff that you're it's a kind of confident straightness of the back. So if we just backs against the chair, straight backs, and then we're going to do some breathing as well and close our eyes. So just close your eyes and take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold, and then exhale slowly through the mouth. Need to do that one again. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold, and then exhale slowly through the mouth. Now imagine yourself in a beautiful garden. Imagine yourself looking at the rainbow of colours. Look at each colour. There's the red, the yellow, orange, green, blue, violet, all the different colours of nature blending together. Take a moment to admire the flowers, their beauty. Let the glorious colours just fill your mind, and the scent of the flowers, breathe that scent in. Let it fill your body and mind. Choose your favourite flower. Imagine feeling the soft petals. Imagine the scent of your favourite flower. Let it invade your mind. Take a moment to smell the scent again and just admire the beauty of nature all around. Now take another deep breath in through the nose, breathing in the energy of nature. Let it invade your body and your mind. And say to yourself, I am grateful. I am inspired. I am motivated by nature's beauty all around me. Now you can open your eyes and say to yourself again, I'm inspired by nature. I'm motivated by the beauty of nature. I know that I am creative, and with creativity I have the resilience and courage to face whatever life throws at me. Now, I hope you've enjoyed that. Take a moment today. We've got the sun shining, so take a moment to go outside. Just wave to Senga there, thank you. And just look even at the clouds. Magical things happen. It doesn't even need to be the flowers all around us. And I just love nature, and it fills me with awe, and it lets me be motivated and inspired to go on. And back to, just as this was remembering yesterday, was remembering all the loved ones that we've lost. You honour your loved ones more by remembering them and living as positively, I call it enduring each day in a positive and constructive way. That's what they would want you to do. And remember, your loved ones are in your heart and soul forever. So stay inspired and motivated. Use my ABC. Your life will improve. You'll feel happier and healthier. So for this morning, I'll be back on Friday. I've actually got a title already for Friday. Nikki suggested this one. It's Fortuitous Friday. So I'll have to think about what I'm saying on Friday. But thank you again for listening and watching, everybody. And virtual hugs to you all. You inspire, by listening and watching me, you inspire me and motivate me to continue. So I hope I do the same for you. And have a fabulous day. Bye for now.